Erin from MillennialScribbles. Welcome back to the channel. Today is week 3 in the January Junk Journal Jam collaboration that I'm participating in. Let me look back through my notes to see if I can find the information to show you again here. Okay, so week 3 is embellishment. So week 1 we did favorite tools. Week 2 I showed you how to jazz up paper. Week 3 we're doing embellishments. Other channels that are participating in this collaboration: Denise Cothern, us, Epapere, Above All Journal, Bets and Pieces Studio, MillennialScribbles, and The Crafty Cottage. If you are looking for us on social media, you can take a look for hashtag January Junk Journal Jam 2024, JJJJ 2024, hashtag Junk Journal, and hashtag Paper Crafts. All right, so what are we gonna do today? I was thinking of what to do for embellishments, and I decided that I wanted to make some kind of medium-sized toppers today. And if you're new to the creative journaling or junk journaling space and you're saying, Erin, what on earth is a topper? It's simply this. It is simply something that you make. It's a ready-to-go decoration that you can use for a multitude of purposes. So you can use a topper on a journal cover. You can use them on top of a pocket. You can use them to decorate a tag. You can use them to decorate a page. If you glue it in the right way, this size of topper, though I'm using a 3-inch oval base today, could be used as a tuck spot as well. So certainly a handy thing to have a few of them in your stash. What are they? So I'm going to start by creating an oval base out of cardboard that's decorated with book pages, and then I'm going to decorate it with a few different things that I have around. I've got some bits and pieces of lace and fabric and embossed paper. I've got some pieces of coffee dyed cheesecloth and corrugated cardboard. I've got vintage stamps and fabric flowers. I've got my selection of bits and bops and paper punches and my whole collection of stickers, and well, you know, the list goes on. So I've got myself some cardboard. This is leftover packaging from a seltzer water 12 pack. If you want to see me make a journal cover out of this, I'll link that video either down below in the description or up in the cards. But I've got a great beginner friendly project where you can make a journal out of this packaging. But I have some leftover pieces that are going to be perfect for this use. I'm going to start out by grabbing some vintage book pages that I think would look neat. Like that one's really cool. One's a good size for here, maybe that piece. Like some of that. Let's see, this one's got some music paper. Some dictionary, that's too close to the color, I think. Let's try something a little bit different. Some dictionary page. And I've got some of that one. So now I've got a variety of different colors of pages. And since even this, none of these are going to be kind of quite the right size to just cover these, maybe I'll do some collaging. Maybe I'll do some collaging. That might be fun. Okay, so why don't I start? I think this is the biggest piece. Sorry, I'm just trying to get myself organized here. I think this is the biggest piece. Let's start with just getting some of this down. All right. And maybe you're asking, Erin, why don't you cut the ovals out of the cardboard and then cover them with paper? I could totally do that. And that might have been a good idea. you could absolutely do that. This is what I decided to do. I don't mind having some scraps because I think I could probably use them to make, you know, some little dangles or page tabs or something like that. So having some covered cardboard doesn't bother me in the least bit. Hindsight, I probably should have covered the orange side, but that's okay. If you're looking for perfection and the ultimate in expertise, you've probably come to the wrong channel. So there we go. Let's see, next biggest piece here. Be this one. Just get this one covered. Putting a nice thick coat of glue on there. Okay. No need to be exact around here. I'm just trying to get the excess paper off so I have an idea of where the edges of the cardboard are. Okay, let's get a base on this piece. I think this music paper should be big enough. This is from a German hymnal. I like that because it's so dense, there's not a lot of white space. We'll do the orange side this time. Oh, and then I didn't even use the one I want. That's okay. I gotta pay attention a little better than what I was. That was the side I wanted, but once you've stuck it in the glue, it'd be maybe a little too goopy to tear up and flip around. But of course, it's gonna be covered with some other stuff anyway, so suppose I could have. So we've got some scraps here and a base coat on the pieces of cardboard. So what I'm going to do is take my oval punch. This is a 3-inch oval punch. I bought this on Amazon, I'm sure, or I got it at St. Benny's, my thrift store, or you know, something to that. That's usually where I get my paper punches. And I'm going to punch out as many ovals as I can out of these pieces here. All right, so got 4 just out of that one piece of cardboard, so that's going to be nice. Let's see. This is about the limit of the thickness that this punch would be able to handle. Otherwise, I would have taken this through my die cutting machine with an oval shaped die, or you can use any shape you want. I just really like the ovals. I think they look really nice. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of that one. And you could also use these as little cards as well. If you were smart enough to cover the, you know, the orange side of the package or the decorated side of the packaging and leave the cardboard bare, you wouldn't even have to reback it. So, not quite. No, not quite big enough to get more than a couple out of that one. Okay, oval punch can go back. So what did we end up with? 1, 2, and those are 2 that have cardboard on the back, so we could use those as cards later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 ovals we managed to get out of that, so that's fun. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is grab a contrasting, you know, little piece of book page just to kind of give it a little bit of interest on each one of these ovals. I'm not going to worry about inking at this point, although you can if you want to. That's certainly an option, but and not worrying about going over the edge of the oval. And I'm not really paying much attention to where I'm sticking things right now either. Not paying attention to which way it's going. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm getting too particular. Okay, set those aside. Let's move on to these. We'll move to some of our darker pages now. Let's see, we haven't used any of this one yet. These have a lot of white space on them, so it gives an opportunity to just kind of fill in with some new texture. Let's see, we've got a piece of this. Let's see, let's get some of these really, really pretty old pages here. That, and let's use this dictionary page a little bit more. Get a pretty big piece because this is pretty blank. There we go. Set those aside. Okay. So I'm going to pick up the book page scraps and set these to the side. And I want to make sure that I'm doing some up and down and some crossways. So I'm going to lay them in the orientation that I want to work on them. Most of them I'm probably going to do up and down, but I want to make sure that there's a few that are... Ooh, that one could even be at an angle. Let's do that. Angle. So I've got 1, 2, 3 vertical. I've got 1 at an angle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Well, it looks like a good selection there, doesn't it? Okay. So next, I've got a selection of things. I thought this pink ribbon would be really pretty. Oh, it tears. It tears. It's kind of this weird, almost like it's made out of laundry sheet, which I know sounds very strange, but it's kind of a non-woven type thing. It's not paper though. So, whoop. Ooh, I like it on this white color. And I think glitter glue is gonna be just fine to tack this down because it's very lightweight and it's kind of papery. I got this at a thrift store, so I don't know where you would buy it now, but I'm pretty sure that it is for making floral arrangements or something. But yeah, that's really pretty. I've got some also in blue. This is the same material. I'm gonna tear some of that. Oh, that's so fun. I didn't realize that it tears this way. I'm just like so excited. How cool is that? All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that looks really neat. I love that. I love it. Let's go like this. Yeah, it goes like that. Okay. All right, what else we got in here? I have got some of this. Let's see. I think that would be really pretty. Layered with that music paper. Or maybe off to the side. I kind of wish I would have put that music paper on the top now. Well, that's okay. Maybe just a smaller piece. Maybe just a smaller piece. You can still see the music. I'm gonna grab my silicone brush to help tamp things down when you're working with lace and that glue gets through the lace and it just kind of starts sticking to your fingers. All right, so I think I'd like to do another neutral one. I think that looks really cool. I'll do another one of these. On this angly one. There we go. Okay. I also have some blue lace. That's a little bit wider. If I can get this paper clip off. When I first started spooling all my laces, I was using paper clips to fasten the spool. And yeah, it's not a great idea. I switched to rubber bands. Like that. I cut that just a little bit more narrow. There we go. Kind of goes there. Not sure what this little orange bit is that got on there, where that came from, but okay, so we've got some more blue lace, which look really pretty here. Awesome. Okay, I've got some doily pieces here. On there, and then I've also got some cheesecloth. And again, this has been coffee dyed. Okay, so here we go. I think for these two, I might have to use Fabri-Tac. Hey, remember in that one video when I couldn't find my regular paper punch? It was down in the hole with my Fabri-Tac. So I'm not worried about getting this like super covered with glue. We just really need a few fibers to catch onto the glue because there's going to be more. I am going to make sure there's a little bit more under here where it's just a little bit more dense. There's more doily to catch the glue. I feel like I'm really boring today. I think it's because I'm not used to shooting videos at this time of day. I typically do my video shooting on the weekends, and it's usually at nighttime, which is kind of like my magic hours. And right now it's in the middle of the afternoon on a weekday, and I'm kind of out of my element. It's very cold outside. Today the air temperature is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind chill factor is -12, which is very cold. It's not the coldest I have experienced. The coldest I have experienced was -90 degrees Fahrenheit wind chills. And that's because I grew up in a very cold area of the country. I grew up in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is just right across the Red River from Fargo, North Dakota. And notorious for really harsh winters. So this is bad, but I've had worse. Let's just put it that way. But I did have to go out and about today. I had to drive Evie. To meet up with some people for practice before they ran a mini camp for her musical. And then she called me and asked me if I would run her script over to the high school. So I ended up having to go back out and do that. So I've got some of these corrugated cardboard pieces that I think would be fun. I love that sound. Let's see, and I might, since I've got some blue happening here, I'm gonna take my Uncharted Mariner Distress Oxide. Doesn't that look cool? And I'm also going to take my ink blender and some, I'm looking for you, walnut stain. Some walnut stain. Now is when I'm going to start getting a little bit more particular about kind of how things are placed, what they look like, if I want them grungy and inky or not so much. So we've got a couple of neat pieces here. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we want to play with? Should I get some bits of scrap paper? One second. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. Let's see, I've got a piece of deli paper that was gel printed. So I'll bring in some of this. Let's see, I love this paper that I did. Gives me some greens and pinks. I've got this, which is just the negatives from punching some flowers. So carefully tear that. Give myself a couple of pieces of that maybe. All right, let's get started and see what we come up with here. And again, I can always come back in with another layer of book page, another layer of lace. These are toppers, so this is where you go nutso with the decorations, right? Okay, so just gonna kind of set some stuff aside. Let's start with these. And I loved the idea of this with some of these that are already kind of going blue. So I'm gonna stick that right there. And this one, get my Fabri-Tac. You know what I should have done is plugged in my hot glue gun. That would have been better. But in the meantime, I will use some Fabri-Tac. I love Fabri-Tac, but we just don't get along very well. I find it very hard to squeeze it out of the bottle for some reason. And it thickens a lot in my studio because it gets cold in here. So anyway, all right, I really liked the idea of some of this on there. There we go. Let's see. That's really pretty up there. I love with that peach color too. Okay. Let's put you up here. Let's maybe put some of this in here. Yeah, I like this one better. Does that one look better? Yeah, I kind of like that green. Yeah. There we go. Oof, bright green, bright green. Love it. Super love it. But where to put it? I feel like I want to layer it up with this one again, but I feel like I need to also branch out a little bit. Maybe up here, I kind of like it there. Okay. This is kind of fun with blue and orange. Just gonna tear along kind of that paint blob to create an interesting shape. And just kind of give it a little bit of inky. And I think I like it layered on top of that lace. And there's a big old globby dupe on my Fabri-Tac bottle that needs to get used anyway before it dries up. So that's what we're gonna do. So there we go. Okay. Some more Fabri-Tac on this. See, when I want the glue to come out, it doesn't want to come out. And then once I put the glue bottle down, it's deciding to volcano all over the place. So, you know. Okay, that's set aside for a little bit. Nope. There we go. We got another one of those pieces here that we can do. This would be fun to do, to put some blue ink on. That's, yep. And tear some off quick. Make it look just a little bit more grungy, but blue grungy. Oh, I think one of the cats is getting into mischief upstairs. I can hear him. I can hear him. All right. See if I've got a hot glue gun yet. Oh, yes, we do. Thank you. Thank you, glue gun. See how much easier that is. There we go. I'm putting it on. It's a little bit wonky. And now I've got glue strings all over, but that's okay because they come up. There we go. I'm just gonna tuck a little in here. Hey, Eddie. There we go. That one looks cool. All right, so I still need another layer for those. Let's see what else I got in my scrappies here. Ooh, this is a nice piece of green. I don't even need to ink that, I don't think. I think it's just beautiful the way it is. I'm gonna put hot glue on it though. There we go. There we go. And I never used any of this brighter reddish pink. Maybe I'll layer that with some, should we layer that with some of this corrugated? So that it's a little bit, but not too much. There we go. All right, 1 minute, I need to grab a glue stick here. Okay, so at this stage, what we've got are some really good bases, and you can choose to leave them like this, or you can start taking that a step further to go decorating. What I'm gonna do first, before I go any further, is I'm gonna take these to my sewing machine and add some stitching, just to add like another little element of texture before we start adding little decorative pieces. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think I have finally got the stitching done that I want done. It was quite the obstacle. My bobbin thread ran out, and then when I went to refill the bobbin, it did it really crazy. So this is going to be a troublesome bobbin, I know. So anyway, here they are. So at this point, normally this is where I would probably just stop. I'd put these bases away and then decorate them as I get ready to use them on a journal, but I will take one today and decorate it. So I'm gonna just grab one of the neutral ones and stash the rest of these into my pile of bases to use later. So let's see what we can put on here. Possibly this stuff, but I want to take a look and see what might be in here. This is my kind of big box of die cuts and fussy cuts and stuff, and items that I'd like to use up if I can. That's kind of cool. That's a really big die cut, but for this base, but it is really neat. Looks kind of nice. Keep that out as an option. Let's see here. Got some of these. Got this little pointing hand die cut. Key die cut. It's kind of where I'm going, I think, is just kind of overall vintage items. I do have like a flower or something, but I do a lot of flowers, so it'd be kind of nice to just do something a little bit different. Okay. Whoop. All right, so here's some options. I'm sure I could find some little, that's red, pieces of ephemera, some teeny ephemera to go with it. Since those pieces are fairly light, I think pulling in some pieces that are maybe darker or even black might do well. Something in a different shape. I like that color. Okay. Well, let's just see what we end up with here. So I do love this piece, but it is kind of big. Is it too big? Is it too big? Kind of like, cluster of these, and then kind of just that key. Okay, now I want to see what it's like without this dark brown one. Do you hear Matt talking baby talk to our cat? There. I think maybe that would be good. I might still be able to put like a little flower or something down there maybe. Oh, I have an idea of what I could possibly do. Possibly. Okay. So let's get these things glued down. I am gonna just add just the slightest little bit of inking to that and to these, just to kind of take the white edges down. Okay. And we'll see if I can get it back in the arrangement that I had, right? So it's kind of like this. Like that. And this is over here like this. Okay. Okay. Put these back. So that's looking good. So here's the idea that I had. I was thinking you know what I wish I had? What is a small safety pin that was colored brown or bronze or black. So here's a crazy idea. I'm gonna grab this deli paper that I used before that is already looking grungerific, and I'm gonna take some alcohol ink. I happen to have some teakwood colored alcohol ink here at my desk. That soaked right through that deli paper to stain my work surface. So, use some alcohol to clean that up. All right, so while my pin is drying, I want to find something to pin to that pin. I just picked this lace up at the Dollar Tree. This is part of their kind of Valentine's Day crafts. I'm not sure why it's wound like this on the card, but anyway, and I picked it up because, as you can see, it's like, it's little hearts and they're adorable. And these could be cut apart. Not with those scissors, they're not going to be. These could be cut apart and used as little embellishments, and I think these would be really cute. One of these would be cute. It's kind of stuck on there like that. Now, do I like this, the white color? I'm going to spray it down with, I have this, it's basically an alcohol-based spray. It dries really quick. And it is just meant to kind of add a little bit of antique-y color. See, that just kind of knocked the white down a little bit. And let's see if I can get this to work the way I have it in my brain. I might need to do something else with this first before I do that. I'm gonna bring some paper back here. And grab some clear nail polish. Be very careful when you're using a heat gun with flammable materials such as clear nail polish and alcohol ink. Okay, it's pretty cool to the touch now. And it seems to be dry enough. So I just stuck it through the lace and the paper. Not all the way through, just through the first, you know, the top layer or two of paper. Now the trick is going to be to get it closed without ripping the paper. Of course, the other thing that we could do here, let's try something different. Rather than risk ripping the paper, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to just stick this through because this is just an embellishment. It's not, doesn't need to be a functional safety pin. So I'm just gonna hot glue this instead. There we go. There we go. Well, that was fun. When I came in to do this project, I did not anticipate that I was going to be dyeing safety pins and stuff, but there you go. That's why sometimes it's more fun not to have a full plan going in. But here is my fully decorated topper, and like I said, this can be a a journal cover topper if it's a smaller cover. This can be a pocket topper. This could be a tag topper. This could be used as a card all on its own. This could be glued into a page as a tuck spot. So anyway, very useful to have, and I think this turned out really well. I can't wait to finish decorating the other ones as I need to use them in my journal projects. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session for Junk Journal January 2024 embellishments. Next week we will be doing artist trading cards. So don't forget to stop back in next Tuesday when I will release that video for my channel. And then also don't forget to go out to all of the other channels that are participating in this collaboration and give them some love as well. All right, everybody, I hope everybody is staying warm and cozy and enjoying your winter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or your summer if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, and I'll see you next time. Bye.